Hello, welcome once again to Inside the Summit League. We'll get to the week that was and the week coming up in all of the Summit League events. First, we are joined by Wes Hall, though, from the Sioux Falls Sports Authority. Big announcement this week that the Summit League Basketball Championships, the contract now has been extended in Sioux Falls through 2022. Congratulations, first of all.
You.
This is a big deal, isn't it?
No, it's very exciting, not only for the Sports Authority to get this extension, but also for the city and our entire region to keep this tournament here for another 7 years.
All right, explain how this kind of comes about. The current agreement was through 2017, going to extend that for another 5 years. You get together with Tom Duple, the Summit League Commissioner, kind of explain how this all falls together.
Yeah, we had an extension agreed upon back in 2012 that kept it here through 2017. And then per contract terms, we sat down this summer, went down to his ranch in Texas, and over a couple of beers and a slice of pizza, we sat down and negotiated another 5 years to keep it through here through 2022.
All right, it's been here since 2009. Here's a little statement from Tom Duple. Just remarkable to see attendance records continually broken, the bar raised every year. This tournament is synonymous with Sioux Falls. Thanks to the fans, many who plan around this event every year to keep it here. And that is one of the big things. That is literally true, that people from Sioux Falls and from this area build their vacations and their march around this event.
Yeah, it's amazing to talk to people, from Brookings, Vermilion, from Fargo, from Omaha now, who are coming down for this tournament, who essentially take time off from their jobs. As I mentioned, there's an accountant I know locally who, in the middle of tax season, just takes 4 or 5 days off to make sure he can make it to every session of the Summit League tournament.
All right, and as you said, Omaha, a chance to get in this year. Sioux Falls not obviously located right in the regional center of the Summit League. We've got some teams that grouse about having to come here, but bottom line is this is the best facility for one thing and the best support and what's best for the Summit League, isn't it?
It's a fabulous facility. Maximum capacity about 12,000. But just to come out and experience the tournament, what we've heard from fans last year, moving from the arena to the Premier Center, there's nothing like it in the Summit League.
All right, the tournament, of course, moved last year into the Denny Sanford Premier Center. 60,000 fans was the total attendance. This has almost doubled since it got here in 2009. And the economic impact is obviously a huge deal for Sioux Falls. But you're competing against other tournaments. Talk about this. You spent a lot of time in the Missouri Valley. Mm-hmm. The Missouri Valley Conference holds its tournament in St. Louis. The Horizon League, which has many former Summit League members in it, is in Detroit every year. The Ohio Valley, another mid-major, is in Nashville. These are big metro centers. Sure. Why have the Summit League in Sioux Falls? How can we have it here?
It's the support that we bring to the tournament. I mean, just look at some of the numbers that we posted last year. Our women's, we had a single session women's attendance of like 8,100, which was the largest single session attended women's tournament in the entire country. Yes. Our women's championship game and our average women's attendance was just well over 6,000, was second in the entire country. So it's not that we're just going up against other mid-major tournaments. We're going up against the Power 5 conferences and boasting numbers that they didn't even have a chance to hit last year.
Yeah, the women's numbers, as you said, are up against the top 6 power conferences in the country, the SEC and the ACC. And the women's tournament, we've got the Summer League tournament in early March, and you've got the women's Division I regional. The winner of that goes to the Final Four. That is also in Sioux Falls as well in late March.
So March 25th, 27th, we'll host 4 of the best teams in the country here in Sioux Falls. And like you said, the team that wins here cuts down the nets, and they head to Indianapolis for the Final Four.
All right, back to the Summer League tournament, March 5th through 8th. You're into general ticket sales right now for the tournament. How's that?
Yeah, all session sales are open for 2016. We'll have those available. We'll probably start selling single session tickets probably late February, right before the tournament begins, as we start to see the seeds and how things will shake out. All
right, one last thing on the Summit at the Falls. Every year there's a little something extra that the league and the city do for the teams that qualify for the tournament. You're always thinking about that, aren't you? Yeah. About taking care of the coaches and the teams that come in.
There's always something we're trying to do. Obviously, we want to be as hospitable as we can be, and the city and our Convention and Visitors Bureau does a great job with that. But there's always something, too, we like to add for the fans, just something to kind of keep pushing this tournament each and every year.
All right, the Denny Sanford Premier Center for the second year now will host the Summer League Basketball Championships in early March again this year. And again, the contract extended in Sioux Falls through the year 2022. Wes Hall from the Sioux Falls Sports Authority. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
All right. When we come back on Inside the Summit League, the cross-country championships coming up this weekend. We'll hear from Dan Fitzsimmons at USD and the new athletic director at IUPUI.
Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, Dakota Land Honda, and South Dakota Corn. Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and the Sioux Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to Inside the Summit League. Well, IUPUI has a new director of athletics this week. He is Roderick Perry, and he will start his new duties on January 1st. Perry is from Alabama. He went to school at Auburn, and he was most recently at Wright State University in Ohio as the senior associate athletic director there, and he was in Indianapolis recently to introduce himself to the Jaguar faithful.
During my campus visit 2 weeks ago, I met a great number of student athletes, coaches, and staff who are passionate about IUPUI athletics. That convinced me that this is the right place to be. My vision for this program is simple: to recruit, retain, and graduate student athletes who are competing for Summit League championships on a yearly basis.
A little inspired just listening to his voice, but Dr. Perry will take over for Michael Moore, who resigned in August after 19 years at IUPUI. Well, the Summit League Cross Country Championships are set for this Saturday in Brookings. South Dakota has the team to beat on the women's side this year. The Coyotes are the defending Summit League champions.
On paper, I think it's a four-team race. We've been fortunate enough to see most of the conference this year. We saw IUPUI out at Bradley, and they weren't very far behind us, and then we've seen South Dakota State and North Dakota State a couple of times. The funny part is, in a small meet like this, everybody's got a chance.
Well, there will be 8 women's teams and 7 men's teams in the competition this year. And as Fitzsimmons says, you can't play defense in cross country, so you just let it rip on offense, so to speak. Go out there and run as fast as you can. He says his team is faster as a team right now than they were a year ago. So we will see if the Coyotes can defend the women's team title. And the Yotes will be challenged by North Dakota State. The Bison have won 3 of the last 4 team championships, and they have Aaron Teschuk, who is back this year as the defending individual champion. IUPUI won the men's team title last year in cross country. The Jags are paced this year by Damon Pruitt, who set a new school record this year in the 8,000 meters. IUPUI and South Dakota State are the favorites in the men's race. The Jackrabbits will lean on Trent Lusignan, who did not run last year, but he won the Summit League championship 2 years ago in 2013. Women's soccer coming up next. North Dakota State taking control as we head into the final week of the regular season.
Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, Dakota Land Honda, and South Dakota Corn. Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and the Sioux Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back now to women's soccer and proof that defense wins. North Dakota State has given up just 3 goals in 6 Summit League matches so far this season, and that is a huge part of the reason that the Bison are sitting on top of the standings heading into the final week of the regular season. Here is the week that was in women's soccer. Start with IUPUI in South Dakota on a cloudy Friday afternoon in Vermilion. The Coyotes looking to hang on to one of the top 4 spots in the standings, but IUPUI out to the lead, though, in the 18th minute. Chrissy Kirchhoff working against several defenders, 11th goal of the season for her. And then it got soggy, the ball getting a little slippery. Sydney Harden hanging on to that, though, for the Coyotes. She makes 4 saves on 5 shots. Jags keep hammering away. Harden and Keisha Meyer turn that one away, though. It plays so nice. You get to see it twice. IUPUI was done scoring. USD gets a goal early in the second half. Corey Strang on a header out in front. Keisha Meyer gets the go-ahead in the 87th minute, and the Coyotes win 2-1.
After the rain delay, we kind of regrouped and were able to kind of get some confidence back and connect a few passes, and got a great goal from Corey and another great goal from Keisha Meyer off a set piece, which I think was Keisha's first goal of the year. So it was good.
All right, meanwhile, North Dakota State at home on Friday against Fort Wayne. The Bison seniors in their final home match in this one. Lauren Miller is the leading scorer in the Summit League. She is dangerous, trying to draw Kylie Dunning out of the net, and it works, except Dunning takes it away, keeps it scoreless. until the late going. Dunning faces 14 shots on goal, again denies the Bison there, but late in the match, rain pouring down. Bison finally break through in the 81st minute. Brittany Montian with a goal, and NDSU wins 2-0.
Yeah, we talked before the game. Tonight we're playing for our 4 seniors. We want to make sure that they get one last win on Dakota Field, and we went out and put together a complete performance and got a great victory.
So the Bison are 5-0 and 1 in league play. They have secured the top seed in the league tournament. Elsewhere, Denver at home on Friday, taking on Western Illinois. Denver still with a shot at making the tournament field. Western coming in at 1-3 and needing a 3-game win streak to start having any chance at going to the postseason. Gina Scafidi working it for the Leathernecks, gets the shot off there. Cassidy Ray in net for Denver, punching that up and out and over the top. Another look from behind Ray, and that ball gets there faster than you think. Denver on the attack, 20 minutes into the match here. Karina Fredette had a nice weekend, just trying to cross it. Fort Wayne defenders just trying to clear it, but that is a dreaded own goal, and Denver takes the break, takes a 1-0 lead at halftime. Western Illinois ties it up in the 58th minute. Ashley Kuhlman drives it ahead. Skylar Jessup chips it in, ties it 1-1, 4th goal of the season for Jessup. And then in the 67th minute, Mackenzie Bothner carrying it past people. Beauty of a feed out in front. Fredette puts it away. Denver wins 2-1, and the little girls are going to be happy. The big girls are all happy. Head coach Jeff Hooker is happy, kind of.
I told him I was happy on the inside. The weekend's not done yet. And so inside, I'm very happy. I really wasn't ecstatic of how we closed the game out, at the end there.
All right, Denver and IUPUI going at it on a lovely afternoon in Colorado. This play takes 12 seconds from the time of the free kick at one end, and then some confusion out in front of the Jaguar net. A goal again by Karina Fredette. She had 1 goal in the first 14 games, has 2 in the last 2 now. Denver wins again. The Pioneers are 3-3 in the league. And your players of the week this week in women's soccer, Brittany Lawrence of Oral Roberts on offense. She is a junior from Ontario, Canada. 5 points in the 2 wins for ORU. She had 2 goals in the win over Omaha as the Golden Eagles move into 2nd place in the league standings behind North Dakota State. Cassidy Ray is the keeper of the week. The junior from Denver collects her 6th weekly award and her first this season. She gets the shutout against IUPUI and the win this week against Western Illinois. In men's soccer, Denver is at number 8 in the national coaches poll this week. The Pioneers played out of conference, and they took a scoreless tie at Portland University. Everybody else did have a league match, however. Omaha with the win at home over Oral Roberts. Matt Rogers with the lone goal for the Golden Eagles. Logan Mendez and Emir Alihajic with goals for the Mavericks. All of those coming in the first half. Oral Roberts is now 2-2 in the league. Omaha is 2-2-1. Fort Wayne is also 2-2. The Dons beat Western Illinois on goals by Jacob Murphy and Britt Watts. McLean Johnson with his first goal of the year for Western Illinois. And first league win of the season for Eastern Illinois, 1-0 over IUPUI. Trevor Kearns with the lone goal for the Panthers. Well, we've got volleyball coming up next. IUPUI with a couple of WINs over the weekend as the Jags stay hot to stay on top of the Summit League standings.
Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, Dakota Land Honda, and South Dakota Corn. Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and the Sioux Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back now to volleyball. IUPUI lost a heartbreaker to Denver last year in the Summit League tournament championship match, and the Jaguars have vowed to make it back this year and get the job done, go a little further. So far, so good for IUPUI after 2 more wins over the weekend. Start the highlights with Denver at South Dakota State on Friday night. The Pioneers hanging right with IUPUI for the league lead right now. The Jackrabbits, winners of 2 of their last 3 league matches, coming into this one. SDSU with a kill from Ashley Beener, but the Jackrabbits struggle on the attack, hit it just 0-2-7 for the match. Beener and Michaela Hora with 7 kills apiece for South Dakota State. They're tied in the first set at 19-19. And then Denver a little out of system, but it doesn't matter. Cassidy Rook will get the assist. Kayla Principato with the kill. And the Pioneers pulling away at the end of the first set. 7 kills in the match for Principato. The Jacks with the dig, really nice dig, and then the volley, but 6'2" sophomore Cassie Baird with the block. Denver wins the first set 25-21. Pioneers go on and win in 3 sets. Moni Korehedu with 8 kills as Denver gets to 8-2 in Summit League play. IUPUI, meanwhile, keeping pace, setting the pace really in the league. The Jags with a win over Western Illinois on Friday, and then another one here in a great 5-set match against IPFW on Saturday. Summer Johnson, 25 kills for Fort Wayne, 1 shy of a season high, and Fort Wayne wins the first set 25-21. Caitlin Hickey of IUPUI with 18 kills in the match. The Jaguars come back and win the second set 25-22. They go to 5. Fort Wayne had a 10-7 lead in the 5th set, but IUPUI runs off 6 straight points, and the Jags with a big 5-set road win over the Mastodons. And the team really pushing the leaders right now is Omaha. The Mavericks beat North Dakota State and Denver at home over this past weekend. This is Omaha with a win at Western Illinois. Before that, on Tuesday night, Lexi Kolszewski, big in the middle for the Leathernecks, 4 blocks and 7 kills for the freshman. But the Mavericks kind of breezed through the first 2 sets, 25-14, 25-18. They had it working on the right side with Megan Schimmer, 12 kills for Schimmer. She hits at .364 for the match. Western Illinois comes back, wins the 3rd set, but Omaha closes it out in 4. Kimberly Bailey, the libero for the Mavericks, 1 attack, 1 kill, and Omaha wins at Western 3-1. And your Summit League Volleyball Players of the Week, Laura Milosh with a league record for service aces in 1 match. She had a dozen of them in a win over South Dakota State. That is the most in 1 match in Division I in the last 4 years, 12 aces. Milosh also had 25 kills in that SDSU win. She has had at least 20 kills in 5 straight matches now. Olivia Hahn at IPFW was one of the Defensive Players of the Week, the junior from Fort Wayne with a career-high 30 digs against Valparaiso, 25 more against IUPUI, and Hahn leads the league right now with 4.68 digs per set. And she is joined by Logan Walling at IUPUI with a season-high 9 blocks against Fort Wayne. The Jags with a school record 19 blocks in that match alone, and Walling moves into the top 5 now in the league in blocks per set. Up next, the spotlight on North Dakota State University and the sights and the smells of the new Bison basketball building in Fargo.
Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, Dakota Land Honda, and South Dakota Corn. Inside the Summit League on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and the Sioux Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back. We go to Fargo this week in the campus spotlight, and North Dakota State is in the middle of construction on the Sanford Health Athletic Complex. It'll be the new home for Bison basketball next year. The main floor is still in the works, but the new practice floors for basketball are nearly done.
For head coaches Dave Richmond and Maren Walseth, this is the first look at the brand new practice court installed in the Nodak Mutual Basketball Performance Center.
To just actually see it visually rather than on paper or rendition, this is a tremendous day for us.
First thing you feel is the smell, and it smells brand new and it smells fun and exciting.
Manufactured by Robbins Sports Surfaces and installed by Anderson Ladd, the court, which is made up of 9 layers, features a full-length court along with 2 side courts.
You know, for us to have 6 hoops and to spread out a little bit and maximize your time on the court. Again, I hope my smile is coming through this, just how exciting this day is for us to see this and hopefully here in a few weeks to be on this and practicing for the first time.
Short of eating and sleeping, we can perfect our craft, we can talk with our coaches, all here under one roof, and that's just a tremendous asset for our student athletes.
However, this day would not have happened without the generosity of Nodak Mutual Insurance, led by CEO Jim Alexander.
To know the partnership between the 2 entities has helped bring this together and make it such a wonderful facility for not only the current athletes, but the ability to recruit and bring the future athlete to NDSU.
The hoops and a scoreboard will be installed in the next few days, and the basketball locker rooms will be completed by early November. Reporting for Inside the Summit League, I'm Ryan Nelson.
Thank you, Ryan. And this is the inside of the old Bison Sports Arena, where the old basketball floor is being taken out now. And by this time next year, this will be the new Shields Center. It'll be a 5,700-seat main arena for North Dakota State's basketball teams. And in Tulsa this week, they are celebrating their 50th anniversary at Oral Roberts, and part of that is this groundbreaking ceremony on what will be a new home for tennis and track and field at Oral Roberts. It will be the first outdoor track facility ever at ORU.
We're really excited about the new One Oak Sports Complex. It's going to give us a great opportunity to recruit a lot of higher skilled kids, to develop those kids and give us an opportunity to compete for conference championships and continue to do well in the national championships.
I mean, it's everything to our program. I've been here now in my 4th season, and having a facility like this really means the world to be able to have some community involvement, to have host matches and host tournaments and host USTA leagues and have decent courts for not only our student athletes who come here from other countries, but also the students that are here for the classes. So having the new courts really helps tremendously.
I think by the time we get it finished, which we hope is early next fall, we'll have things going and coaches will be able to recruit to it all year, and we'll see results quickly.
Thanks to everybody in Tulsa and Fargo, all of our Summit League shooters. We'll see you next week on Inside the Summit League.